Hi everyone. Sorry I'm running late as usual. Yeah. So I have my camera set up a little bit different today. So I may have to do some micro tweaking of it to make sure it's right. I'm going to be working in this upper part of my fabric, so I think that will be okay. It's a fine line between magnifier and camera being being good. So welcome in everyone. Hello Rajal and Maulin and Nikki and Ebony. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scream. I was like, what? I'm excited to see you, I guess. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? So I started this before I started full coverage, and in a way this is full coverage, except it's a lot of block stitching. And I love it. But what happened was when I started it, I started on the other side, over here, and the black rubbed off on the light colors, and it felt like it made it muddy, and so I was like freaking out, and I just put it aside for a long time. And so I finally decided to just work around that. Instead of doing the outlines first, do the lighter colors first, and I'm much happier with it. I mean, it still looks good on the other side. Don't get me wrong, it still looks good. It's just I just was like irritated by that. But that being said, I am going to start with some black because I want to do this little soot sprite. See if I can count properly though. I'm looking at the pattern. I'm looking at the pattern going, Urgh. So because I found out that it does, the colors do kind of bleed in. Well, black and red always does that, no matter what floss you use. But I just noticed it more on this, especially with the stark colors. And so I also set up needles ahead of time. That was another reason why I was late, because I was like, da 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 da, not paying attention. So I am using the index numbers. So what I did was I decided which colors or which part I was going to work in. And hello, Allison, welcome in. And thank you, Ebony. I do love this piece. It's just awesome. When I saw it, I was like, oh God, I have to have this. I might have to move the magnifier because it's up higher. Okay, so just as a little, like this is I got this from Dream Stitch. Well, yes, I did. I got it from Dream Stitch. I ordered it along with a bunch of other things. And so I ordered one for Christina and myself, and we both bought it because we bought a bunch of printed kits, and we thought, well, this will be handy. And so what I found out was in Saga, you can do this, whenever, you can do this wherever kind of thing. So what you do is, my tablet is moving around. I didn't tighten it up. So if you go into where the little calculator is, let me make that full screen actually, so you can see it a little better, in case you're wondering about how this works. So let me go back out. So if you go here where the calculator is, and the calculator is also in iOS version. So here you can see, you can change the fabric, and I'm using a 32 count, 2/2. And here's all the colors, the DMC colors. And so if you see, they have index numbers. Each color has an index number. So what I do is I click this little box up there, and you can display it by numbers from the original palette or index numbers. So what I did was I just figured out what color I wanted to do, and I came to this screen and prepared the thread and then stuck it in the pillow. because I don't have a board yet for 2 strands. And this is, oh, also this is Royal Embroidery floss too. So I bought this for that, actually. I bought this linen for this also. And then I did the sulky gridding, which actually it's looks pretty good today because the fabric is really tight. I'm like loving it. And Nikki says, okay, so let me see. Oh, so pretty, that flower. And hello. And I haven't figured out that one yet. I might put my 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐦𝐢𝐧 piece on there, or maybe a new start. Oh, who wants a new start? Say I. And Ebony says, hey everyone, those are such pretty colors. And Allison says, afternoon everyone. And did you get one too? And Nikki says, no, I like my hoop situation for now. I need to redo my room to use the stand. And hello, Mia, welcome in. And I didn't get my fabric yet, but I just ordered it last night. So I know I'm not getting it. But actually I noticed that the sulky is really tight in here today. I think I got my hoop really well tightened in. And part of the thing is I was using Q-snaps before. And when the fabric is loose, then this sulky thread gets loose, and then it's hard to figure out, where the cross really is. So anyway, that's what I'm doing with that. So I decided to use index numbers for now. And Madeline says, I'm considering getting the spring tension hoop. Yeah, I gave up on that one already. It did work for a while, so that I used it for that whole stream and it was okay, but then I went to use it later and it was all saggy again, and I was like, nah. So I turned it off. Oh, so here's what the pattern looks like. This is what it looks like. It was something I found on Etsy, but they're no longer available. My guess is there were a Russian, maybe a Russian Etsy shop, and so that was not available anymore. The shop's not there anymore. But I love it, and I will continue working on it. And I think it's good because I wasn't working on these. When I started working on full coverage, it felt like I kind of stopped working on them because I put them in my non-full coverage section. So it felt like I was not really working on it. So anyway, so let's see if I can do this without, it's like the dance of the magnifier and hoop, our camera. And my YouTube studio is acting up, so I'm just reloading it really quick. It's not going to affect the stream. It's showing that I'm not having good connection, which I know is not true, but still fix it. And it's warm today. It's overcast, but it's really warm. So yeah, I guess spring is definitely here. And I'm like trying to get the screen back over. Oh, come on. There. Okay. Now everything is back to normal. Okay. So here's where I have to count. Oh man. So I am going to use my little water soluble pen because I can't count. So because I'm going to do the eyes first. So I'm going to go, oh, actually I don't really need to do that. It's not that far from the grid line. So here is, and I'll use my ballpoint needle, but I have these ones set up already. So yeah. I'm going to go over 3. I'll go down 1. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and there I'm at the bottom. It's a little difficult because it's white, but I don't really, if I put the black in afterwards, it'll look like a hot mess. Or if I put the black in first, it'll look like a hot mess. So I don't really want that to happen. This is a little higher than I usually have my stand. I lower it during the day when I'm not streaming. So today I was like, why is the camera not sitting right? I'm like, yeah, there it is. Let's see. So I really like this linen. It's quite nice. Let me pull that over. Oops, that was a little too much. Oh yeah, I need to change needles. Oh, and that was the other thing I found out, that I was trying to use my regular Bowen needles, which are awesome, because that's what I had to begin with. But with the linen, the ballpoint needles are just so nice. And I noticed that there was a mistake in this pattern. So there's a little red spot there I added to remind me that that's an extra eye stitch. So, oh, this is so different from working on full coverage. I mean, it is still for full coverage. So, yeah. So I ordered my fabric and a new hoop yesterday, which is exciting. It's a size 5 nerd hoop. So it'll be just a tiny bit bigger than this one, but not as big as my 6, which is, I like it, but it feels like it's a little too big. It's a bit unwieldy. So let's see. And I'm just gonna skip over those anyway. So let me check the shots again. And hi, Laura, what's your name? What? Oh, no stream tonight. Okay. Well, you know what? Okay, so I didn't check because I don't check before. I should have, but I didn't. And I just noticed, yeah, okay, it's going to be hard because I'm doing air stitching. I know some of you aren't on Facebook. Yogi said she's having maintenance done on her internet, so no stream tonight. Malin says, Laura, I'm struggling with confetti on childhood dreams. My park threads looked crazy. Anyway, Nikki. Is that your name? Oh, cool. I don't know how to say that, so I'm not gonna butcher it, but I would like to know how you say that, so that's cool. And hi, Malin. And Sigrid's here. Hi, Sigrid. And Laura says, I'm not sure I like starting in the middle. I may have to count over to the left corner. Malin says, I feel like the tree sky area will work well with the typewriter method. That's possible. I looked at it, but I was like, I didn't quite get the pattern, which was, so I was like, I don't know what that pattern is. Oh, I can do this all the way across. So here you can see that the sulky is super annoying because it's in the wrong spot down here. So I have to actually count, but that's okay. I'm going to skip over one. It is a little bit high. I may have to scooch around a little bit. So, yeah, so this is Royal Embroidery Floss. It's okay. I prefer whoa, wait a minute. That can't be right. Sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, it's over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it's time to frog. See, I hate the sulky shit. I'm already frogging. Oh, and Ellen didn't stream last night either. She didn't say anything or anything. So if you guys want me to come back on tonight, I can. That's cool. I was also thinking that I know you guys found the streamer chat. The oh no, not. The other day you guys found that on Discord. I was thinking maybe we could do like a Discord exclusive, as long as everyone's on Discord that wants to be on Discord, and we can do one where we can talk. You guys can talk as well, and we can test it out and see. I won't be able to use the same. I'll just use my camera, the Discord camera through the disc, or use my camera with Discord instead of Prism Studio. So I probably won't be able to have the saga on, but that's okay. It'd be kind of like a little party. I forgot that I got lazy and I didn't want to. Oh, I know. I counted wrong. And so I started my grid too far over on the other side, and I was tired of gridding and was like, hell with that. And I just left the grid off on the side. I forgot about that. So yeah, we're starting over. That's okay. It was only a couple stitches, thankfully. I got distracted. Well, no, I didn't get distracted. I just forgot what I was doing because of the grid. Ugh, never using. Oh, you know what? I say that. I say I'm never going to use it again, but it's really better for the linen. So, I don't know. It's not my favorite anyway. It's not my favorite thing to do either. It takes forever. And then if you count wrong one place, then it's like messed up. At least with pen, I can just do like a couple of lines and then with that. Okay, well, let me, let's see. Malin, are you Korean? And hey, Fred. No, I did it. I did it when I set up the stream. I set that up right away. Malin says, no, I'm Chinese, but I'm into K-dramas. And Fred is saying hi to everybody. And Nikki says, hi, that's cool. And Fred says, oh my God, Mao, I was learning Chinese last night. Hang on. Oh, I hate those K-dramas. LMO. Someone's always missing someone by a minute. Oh, yeah. Or getting into a coma. LOL. Or a white truck hits the main character or something. I'm so bad about using the right channels. I can't find. That's so true, Laura. My favorite is Dongji. I think that's the name. It was so long ago. I watched a couple of them when I was still like watching Netflix. But my problem is I love subtitles. Don't get me wrong. I use subtitles on everything when I have closed caption on all the time. But when I'm stitching, I don't want to read. So then I get sidetracked because I'm stitching and I'm not looking at the screen, or I'm looking at the screen and not stitching. Okay, so let's get this in the right place now. Okay, so I am gonna move this because that's in the way. I'm gonna put that over there. Okay, so let's fix that up. Okay, so part 2 here. And let me see. Yeah, okay, we'll do the same thing I did before. So because of this stupid sulky shit, excuse my French, I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see if I get this right this time. So what the heck? Fred. I used to work for a Chinese mission when I was in college, and it was like a church, a Chinese church through the church that I went to. And so I used to teach Sunday school to the kids while the adults were in service. And so before we had Sunday school, we all had Chinese lessons. So yeah, the little kids were like making fun of my Chinese and everything. That was fun. I'm not a Christian anymore, but yeah. I have fond memories of it, actually. I used to go with this church to San Francisco to another Chinese church and do things with them. It was really interesting. It was a different experience than my normal church. Well, it was part of my normal church, but it was a Chinese service. So, and sometimes I would be in with the service, and I mean, I didn't understand, but it was interesting. I enjoyed it. They kept trying to marry me off and stuff like that. It was kind of funny. I came wearing this really prim and proper. It was the late '80s, and so we still had the farm girl dress kind of thing. I was wearing some Laura Ashley dress, and one of the ladies was like, "Oh, are you going to marry a farmer?" I'm like, "No." It was funny. They were hilarious. But man, the food was so good. Oh, I have fond memories of the food because we had this huge lunch every Sunday, and I was like, man, that food was so awesome. Yeah, I can remember please and thank you. That's it. Let me mark these off before I forget. Okay. Oh, see, I missed that anyway. I'll get it on the way back. I was like, see, I marked it thinking, okay, I got to do that stitch. I'm going to do this. This floss is like, it's nice, but it's not fairy floss. And I missed the spot. Let's see. Fred says, Madeline says, "Who are you beating with a stick, Fred?" Fred says, "I have fond memories of Boy Scouts. I don't have fond memories of Southern Baptist version of Boy Scouts." Trad wife chic, yeah, definitely. Well, the Southern Baptist church I went to, I was raised Presbyterian, but in college I converted to Southern Baptist. And the Southern Baptist church I went to was in Marin, so it was very progressive. And everyone was super nice. There wasn't, like my friend was a single mom. See, I put it in the same damn hole anyway. She, nobody said anything. There was no, like, oh my God, she got pregnant without, they were like, hey, no problem, welcome in. And it was just a different vibe completely there. I'm gonna take that out of there. Wait, let's see. I'm like, I haven't worked on linen in a while, so I'm kind of, and see, damn it, hold on a second. Oh, it's kind of stuck back there, so let me, It's just like by the hair of its chinny chin chin stuck. Sometimes I don't see every message and can't figure out why. I started yesterday. Check on the top. Does it say top chat or does it say live chat? If it doesn't say live chat, then you go up and you fix that. So yeah, it didn't last long though. Sorry about that head in the way. I had to actually see what Melon's, let's see if this is any better. And Melon says, that's the same for me too. Okay. Yeah, check your settings. Well, not your settings. It's at the top of the chat. It'll say live chat or, I have this wrong now. Let me double check. I think I have to move this closer. I have to move the camera a little bit. Oops. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. It's like a fine line of having the camera and everything in the right spot. I wish I could see better. Then I wouldn't need this dang magnifier. But it does really help with the lighting. I'll be stitching on something other than I should have started down farther. Okay. God, I'm like seriously stressing out every time he makes a noise while he's sleeping. Oh. He took my speaker, so I have no music today. He's still talking in his sleep. Hi, Tracy. Good morning. Which browser were you using? So, I'm struggling to see this. Let's see. Okay, that's 1, 2. Oh, Tracy, I found Cleopatra. It looked different than the other patterns, so I had skipped over it thinking it was like some angel or something. Oh, that one looks beautiful. I was really surprised. So I have that, and did I upload it to? I think I uploaded it to that link. If I haven't, I'll do it later. And because this is linen, I either try to do away threads, or I flip my work. Since this is white, I'll just do an away thread under this part right here for now, and just do that and then cut it off. Oh, wait, I'm going to change needles again too. I need coffee. Yeah, and that was the thing. I decided I was having a chat with Tracy this morning, and when she went to bed, I was like, I started falling asleep in my chair like you do. And I thought, I'll take a nap. And I was like, I'll only take a little nap. And it wasn't a little nap. It was a little longer nap. Okay, so my Sit Sprite has eyes. Woohoo. And I'm just going to continue with the Sit Sprite because this Sit Sprite has been like begging me to be stitched. And I set it up with needles and everything. So all my thread is all like prepared, but then I'm going to take it off and put it on the ballpoint needle anyway. So yeah, I'm like up a little bit. We're working up here, so I'll just make it so we might see a little bit more of the edge of the stand, but do you think it was one of his earlier works? Really? I didn't know that. I don't really know. Okay, so here we're going to count correctly. Let me make my magnifier down a little bit. And so 1, wait, let's go here. See, I hate this damn shit. Sorry, I'm going to call it shit every time. 1, 2. Yeah. And I haven't done any of the gray outline on this. So I think next time I work on it, I might start working on the parts that I've, because the other side is quite completed. So I may start on that, doing the upper, you know, the upper outline, because I kind of feel like that might be an issue if I leave it until the end. You really can tell this floss is like so much rougher. The fairy floss is all silky. It feels like a little bit thicker. And it's more expensive than fairy floss. That's what I don't get. It's like, I mean, I know that it came out before fairy floss, so that's not, you know. But, okay, now I want to move over 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And also, you know, like I can see that I've got a warp thread that's going over. So I know I'm in the right spot. If I had miscounted and came up with the weft thread over the stitch, I would have known that was wrong. So that's kind of a, you know, a nice way of looking at it. It's a little high for me, so I can only just barely see it. But it's a cool tip for learning how to stitch on even weave and linen, though even, and you look at it. So the one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that the term even weave it's like a simplified term for what do you call it? I have to think of the word in Swedish, or not in Swedish. It is a so your fabric is exactly the same on the front and the back. We'll just use layman terms here. I'm like trying to think what the Swedish, I'm trying to think what the English version of it, or the, yeah. Oh, I know. It's called 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸 in Swedish, which means like, you know, it's the same on both sides. So even weave is a tabby or plain weave. And what even weave means is that the threads are, you're using the same threads as for the warp and the weft, and your set, which is how you determine how many threads per inch centimeter, is exactly the same when you, from your warp and your weft. Well, it's not exactly the same, because when you weave your warp, you usually need a little bit more warp or weft to the warp. But that's, you know, that's just when you're weaving, you need to, you know, watch that. And usually you need a couple more picks to make it even. So that's why it means even weave is just another word for plain weave. You know, 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸. I don't know what, I'm trying to think what the word is in English, or for weaving, and that is 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸. Because we also have like, oh, so if you look at a pair of jeans, the denim fabric is a twill, which is it is not 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐸. It's not the same on both sides. It has a front and a back. And so it's not an even weave. I don't know if I'm making sense. My floss is like twisting. Hold on a second. It's untwisting on me. See that? Let me, Oh, it's caught down there. That's why. So Marilyn says, I need to stop looking at patterns that you guys mentioned. It's dangerous. Fred says, the funny thing to me after however long we've been friends is you swearing at all. I swear all the time. What are you talking about? I have a potty mouth. I mean, you know, I'm a pirate. I do not mind a little pirating. Oh, you know, I should probably mark these. I started on the the black, and I hadn't even marked the white. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Oh, okay, I see. I'm like, what? Okay. Ignore me. I'm just, yeah. Okay. Whoops. Let's undo that. Undo that. Oh, it would have been easier just to go like that. And Tracy says, what annoys me is he's the only his latest works available on his site. The earlier stuff is around on paper, and good luck finding it. I guess maybe he thinks it's more exclusive that way. Laura says, right, Malin, enablers. Sue's the biggest enabler. No, not me. Yogi. She is the biggest. And Malin says, big enablers. And Nikki says, where did you buy the Royal Embroidery? I've only heard you say the word shit like 2 times. And that was today. Well, now it's 3. I bought my Royal Embroidery from the factory shop on AliExpress, but it's cheaper from Dream Stitch. So definitely look at Dream Stitch. And my butt is numb. I'm fixing the angle here. Yeah, so I would definitely look at Dream Stitch. Even Ellen said the price is cheaper there. So yeah, and I don't get it. I mean, and then it's like, it's super encrypted, and you know somebody is gonna crack it. It's like Amazon encrypting, making it so you can't, you know, pirate books, and you know people figured that out right away. It's just silly. I've heard some things about Nora Corbett and Drin that makes me like not really want to not do any of their work. And that was too, you know, why I'm definitely not spending money on them after what I've heard about them. It's just, I mean, I only heard secondhand, but it's didn't seem very good. At first I was like sympathetic to Drin because I guess Nora Corbett was having a hissy fit because of his patterns, but then I've heard about him as well, and I'm like, they don't need my business. Well, I have bought Nora Corbett stuff before, or memorabilia. I have I had, my brother has it. It's at his house. A mirror, one of the first ones. I think it's either number 1 or number 2. They were my friend found it right after they came out, and we all kind of joined the bandwagon. And I opened the chart up, I bought the fabric, I had all the stuff, and I was like, and I looked at the fabric, and I looked at the pattern, and I just folded it up and put it away because I couldn't count. I was like, oh man, see, I haven't done even weight or linen in a while, so I'm kind of struggling here. Yeah, also this black is a lot fluffier than even DMC. I mean, it's not bad, you know. It's cheaper than DMC, so yeah. Ask Fred. Well, Fred knows how my voice to text censors me all the time. I finally figured out that I have to say like for fox sake or effin to make it not censor me, but it'll censor bitch and stuff like that. It's like, come on, we're adults here. And I think that's part of living here in Sweden is, I was raised to be prim and proper, but then I moved here and no one gives a shit about swearing or nudity or anything like that. And I think it's a good thing. Okay, so I'm gonna work my way down here. Wait, that's the wrong one. Let me mark that. So, because this thread is almost out, so I'll just work on this side of the sit sprite. Can't wait. It's a little sit sprite. There's another one on this other side, but that's where I figured out that the black bled onto the white as I was stitching it. I was like, man, it was the first thing I stitched, and I was so disappointed. I was like, what? But that's just, I learned how to cross stitch from Country Cross Stitch magazine or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. And they didn't have instructions. Not really. Like, here, this is where you find your center, and this is how you split your threads. Actually, it didn't even tell you how to split your threads. I was splitting them like Laura said she splits hers. I was doing that. And then when I did find out you were supposed to do it the other way, I kept thinking, oh my God, all my other work, the stuff I worked on before looks like crap now, I bet. And I didn't know about railroading, and I was all worried because I was like, oh no, I've got a railroad. Which, that reminds me, I have to do a little bit on here. My floss is twisted. And I didn't know. So then I was like freaking out because I hadn't learned properly, when it just, those were things that weren't super necessary. It didn't really matter. But I still, I'm a worrywart, so I still freaked out about it. So here there's a long line here, so I'm just going to, wait, did I do that? Oh, you did it right. I'll do a couple of stitches and then ooh, yeah, this thread's looking a little worse for wear. I think my floss is a little too long. I mean, it's like a meter long, but it's looking a little frazzled. Yeah, Fred says, even your voice to text says he knows you don't swear. Hi, Barlow Bunny. And Australia had a high court decision coming down that said the F word wasn't obscene and could be used in signage. Yeah, it's just a word. And I think that if I had, so when I was little, well, not little, I was around 12. I had lived with my dad, and I came back to live with my mom, and she was friends. Her best friend and her were like inseparable, and they were hanging out all the time. And my mom's friends' kids were hanging out with us all the time. Let me double check this, and they were like 4, 5, and 6. Oh no, they were like 2. No, not even 2. 1, 3, and 5 or something. That's how old they were. They were around the age of my little brother. They were around that. And I swear they swore like sailors. And I was just like affronted. I was like, OMG, they get to swear like that? And I was like 12. And I was like, like, like I had been, you know, it was really funny. I was like, oh my God, they swear, you know, it was stupid. But you know, like I'm still friends with these people. I love these people. They're like siblings to me. And when they were a little older, one of my brothers, he got angry like all the time. You know, you could look at him wrong and he'd get angry at you. He had really bad temper and he was really big. And because he had a really bad temper and everything, people would pick on him. And I'm going to flip my work so I can do that. So my mom's best friend's kids would trigger him. You know, they knew how to trigger him. And, you know, they would do stuff like, there was one time we went through a stage where he was, Waffle Wayne is fat. My brother's name was Wayne. And, you know, he would, of course, just freak out because, you know, he you know, yeah, he couldn't take it. And he would get almost violent, you know, he would get that angry. So my mom's friend, Melinda, she said to her kids, she's like, you know, you don't even have to call him a name. You can call him something like apricot. He's still going to get mad at you, but you're not swearing. You're not calling him a name and everything like that. And so they would go, apricot, and he would freak out so badly. And I remember I was an adult at this time. By the time, you know, this next story happened, I was an adult. We were traveling with my Nana and my aunt to my dad's wedding. And because my dad was married like 20 times or something. I don't know. That was weird. But we were traveling, and my brother Wayne and myself and my Nana and my aunt, I believe, we were all in my grandma's car, my Nana's car. And we were in the back, and my Nana had a bunch of dried apricots, and I love dried apricots. They are so good. And I looked at my brother, and I took an apricot out, and I go, Wayne, do you want an apricot? And this is like 10 years later, and he was just like, rah! It was really funny. I'm like, Wayne, you know, I'm just asking if you want an apricot. But that's what got me to think about swearing isn't, you know, it's not a bad thing. You know, it's not, you know, if someone's going to get angry, they're going to get angry for any of this, you know, any of it's going to trigger them. So that was the moral of that story. And that my brother Wayne was an apricot. But yeah, those were interesting times. We grew up in sort of a rough neighborhood, and it was, you know, like people talk about like rough neighborhoods. But lots of single moms, lots of drugs, lots of alcohol. But the moms were like, there was just like a solidarity. You know, you helped your kid, you helped everyone's kids were your kids. And I think that was really, yeah, it was interesting. Like there was always this flock of kids that were just belonged to everybody. And I was the oldest, so I was the big sister. And hi, Clara, welcome in. And let's see, Tracy says, They say that people that curse are a lot smarter. I'm not sure what the correlation is, but I'll take it. Yeah, exactly. Barlow Bunny says, I married a sailor. He saves his potty mouth for work, thank goodness. Malin says, I was mostly proper when I was in college, but then I started working on a construction site and my cussing came back. Fred says, my sister's drug dealer lived across the street from my elementary school. Yeah. I mean, it was rough. But, my stepfather was an alcoholic. And by the end of his life, he hadn't been drinking for a long time, but he was quite sick. He was really ill. And he would, let's see, I'm just marking stitches because I can't see the white very well. And he would do stuff like in the middle of the night. He had an air horn, so I hate air horns. And he would blow this air horn up in the middle of the night. Nobody would wake up because, they weren't light sleepers like me. My mom was way back in the back of the house, and my brothers were farther back in the house. But my room was right next to the living room. And so I would hear it and wake up. So the last couple of months before he passed away was quite rough. I didn't sleep a lot. I also learned a lot about him as well. But he would do stuff like, if I give you this money here, can you go to 7-Eleven and buy me this? And while you're there, you can buy yourself something. Middle of the night in a rough neighborhood, biking to 7-Eleven. Oh, I forgot to tighten that. I was scared. Middle of the night, I knew I lived in a rough neighborhood. What I hadn't realized was nobody was going to touch me because they knew that if they did, my mom would mess them up. And, but I didn't know that at the time. So I was freaking out. Like, I can't do this. Yeah, it was different. Gen X, you know what I mean? My mom used to send me to the store, go buy me some cigarettes. I'm like, Mom, I'm not allowed to buy cigarettes. Go do it anyway. Stuff like that. It was funny. It wasn't fun then, but it was funny. So let me double check this, make sure I'm making there's a spot there and I'm like trying to do it without messing up. This floss really like wiggles around. I kind of wonder if I've waxed it last time. I think I am going to because I'm like really kind of struggling. Hi, Michelle. Welcome in. It's like really rough. There we go. Okay. Just a tiny bit of wax. I usually just use it on the ends, like on the fairy floss. But man, it's like rough. Okay. I'll make sure I can see still. So it looks like it's okay. My camera is crooked again as usual. You know how that is. I am going to sneak in here and do this stitch. That doesn't look very good. It's like when you're doing something like this, it's like you want to be a little more careful. Let's see, mark those off. Oh, I got my goal. Oh, I forgot. Wow, I've done 100 stitches already. Look at that. Ignore that. I have a reoccurring goal on this. I just didn't turn it off. I thought it was off. But, oh, wait a minute. There's something back there. Oh, that's that. Let me put that off. It's like catching in my hand when I do it. I hope you guys don't mind me flipping the work. It's just easier sometimes. I moved my chair a little bit too. I'm like I keep messing with the camera angle and stuff. I realized yesterday that I could change the angle. Wait, you know what? I'm going to do this as a English style. I've realized that I could change the angle of my camera. So I'm still kind of messing with it a little bit. Or my phone, I should say. I don't have a camera. Let's see. Seriously. This pattern is super easy. It's just but you see, I hopefully the silky threads, they don't look like they're too shiny to you guys. But like for me, they're like glowing. But it's better than being ungridded, to be honest. Hi, Catherine. Welcome in. Oh, I was thinking about yesterday. I was waiting for 𝐒𝐿𝐴 to start her live, which I guess she decided not to do it. And I was like, why was I not getting live notifications for her? And I'm not sure if she does schedule it like I've done it, or she just goes live. And I was thinking about how with Yogi's stream, you get like a 30-minute warning. Well, I didn't realize that that's not Yogi doing that. That's because I hit the notify me button for her streams. And I was like, oh. So if I actually get my act together and I schedule the stream more than 30 minutes ahead of time, if you want to get notified, then you have to fix your the bell to notify, which I thought was interesting. That's really good to know kind of thing. So because I will try to be on time, but today Alex came home much later than Tuesdays. Okay, so Mondays he usually gets in around like 2:40. For some reason, Mondays are always late. But Mondays he's usually at like 2:10 he's home. He didn't get home until like 2:30 today, and I was waiting for him to get home, kind of thing. I knew he was gonna go and sleep, so and yeah, Catherine says she doesn't schedule because, well, no, I'm thinking more like, Yogi doesn't schedule until like maybe an hour before she's going to go live. So you get that 30-minute schedule. That's what I meant. So because I would like to schedule. Let me double check this. Okay, yeah. I'm like making sure where I'm at. So I just was like, how does that work kind of thing. I wasn't sure if it was part of YouTube. And it is, but you have to have your notifications set right. So let's see. Okay, Tracy says, okay, I have a weird question. And Fred was feeding his cats. And Tracy says, one of my neighbors has ridiculously loud sex. Like this lady screams down the place. She's on the other side of the hallway. Oh, man. Can I tell her to quiet down, or does that make me mean? Well, it depends. If it's like middle of the night or something, you might just be like, hey, I can hear you having sex. And I mean, I don't want you to like be unhappy and be celibate, but it's kind of loud. You could do that. I don't know. that's yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's more embarrassing for her. She's like 18 doors down the hallway. Oh my gosh. Fred, leave her a note. And hi, Ebony. Ebony too. Fred says, hi, leave her a note. Hi, I'm glad you're having a good time, but unless you want to invite me, please keep it down a little. Thanks. Yeah. Catherine says, one day she explained why it doesn't appear like yogi. Okay, thanks. And hi, Lizzie. And Tracy says, she's like, oh my God. Does your son's ankle feel better today? Oh no, it's broken. You know that, right? This morning he's like, I can't go to school. My foot's broken. I'm like, Alex, I kind of felt a little bit like my mom. I was like, you're walking. You're fine. You know, all the time thinking, you know, that's what my mom said. So, but he came home and he was like, I can't go to Free Teats tomorrow. My ankle hurts. Oh, and then he's got this thing where he doesn't shower at my house, which is kind of annoying because, you know, he's a teenage boy. He doesn't like to shower here. He likes to do it at his dad's house. And he's like, I got to shower at dad's house and shave. I mean, this boy's got a lot of hair. And I was like, well, you know, I'm like, oh, I can't do anything about that today. I mean, you know, he could go shower. I bought him an electric razor. He took it to his dad's house and it's never come back. So like, oh, whatever. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just flip the work. See how fuzzy that looks? It's kind of weird. Let me flip my work and I will look over my glasses and find where I can stitch that in. It's with linen, I don't want to run stitches, especially black. I do away knots a lot of times. Like you can see I have them over here, but not with the black. Oh, let me cut that off too, or it's going to bug me. Oh, and the counting errors I made in that frickin' flower was amazingly bad. I just moved that. Okay, we did some black. Okay, so we're done with black for now. I actually used both strands, so that's good. I'm going to move on to this little color right here. Let's do this. So here's another good thing you can do with the other box. So I don't want to do this color here yet, so I can just move it aside so only that color is there. And I'm swirling my hand around the tablet so you can actually see that. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee real quick. That loud is a request for attention. Yep. Poor Alex, yeah. Absolutely tell her to be quiet. What they do in private is their business, but to encroach on others' privacy is another thing. Can you imagine explaining to a child what the heck that is? Yeah, especially, yeah. Jason, that's the murder cat, just ran upstairs crying because he wants to play with Cassie and sounds like such a little baby kitten that I don't even feel bad for him. Oh, neat back. Oh, yeah. And well, it's all block stitching, so you know it's pretty easy. Catherine says, "Oh, I'm so glad my kids never go to their dad's. It's an hour away. Plus, he visits like tonight. He has to go into work, which is here." Alex is a daddy's boy. I actually moved to the same town where his dad lives because it was important that he was with his dad. And because Alex has special needs, it was really hard for me to have him completely on my own. So, and we work it out. It's really good. And Tracy says, seriously, people, it's 11 a.m. She needs to calm down. Oh, I mean, congratulations for a good 11, but Lord, it's like clockwork. And then she'll start up again at 11. She may not know how much her voice travels. Just pop a note in her door. Yeah, and you can do it anonymously. You can just slip it under her door and don't sign your name. She'll, yeah, then you don't have to feel bad. And if she feels bad, that's her own problem. Luckily, I live in a brick building, so there is like no sound. What's this? Yeah, just okay. So next color is wait, it's this. No, it's this one. There we go. Number 23, which it's not. Number 23 is like 2816 or something. I have it set up as index numbers because I'm using my, for those who are just coming in. So I have this little pillow that I got. It's one of those printed kits, and it's for index numbers. And so I switched my pattern to index numbers after I threaded the needles. And then I could just use the pillow because I don't have my board for the, and I'm going to wax this. I'm just like, it's not, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to wax it. Whatever. So, let's see. This is an older brick building too. I never hear my neighbors, but sure to hear her screaming. And somebody screaming, that's, well, I would say, well, you could call the police and say that you're worried about your neighbor, but that's not good either. So yeah, don't do that. Okay, so then here, I need to make sure where I'm at. Wait, did I do that one? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got confused for a second. Yeah, that's right. Just make it. So here I didn't think this through, and I did my black before that. But it should be okay. It's only 3 stitches, so. Oh yeah, that's better. I waxed the thread and it just plays differently. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call the police. That's not okay. But you kind of almost feel like it, What if she's, I mean, like the first time you heard her screaming, what if you thought she was being harmed? What if something does happen and she is needing help? So, yeah, you might mention that. Have Gemini write you a nice note. Okay, and then go over here. Everyone's different, of course, yeah. Hello, just saw you screaming, or screaming. Hi, Renee. LOL, Suzanne. She is a police officer. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, an anonymous note. Is this? Wait a minute. Did I pick up the wrong color? What color? That looks the same color. Wait a minute. Am I in the wrong spot? Hold on a second. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Okay, let me look at what number one is. Number one is one of the, it's 165. Or did I pick the wrong number? Wait a minute. That looks so similar. Did I maybe I wasn't so smart. That's the wrong one. Maybe I wasn't so smart. Oh, they're so similar. You know what? I wonder if I did pick the wrong one. Now I'm wondering. What's 23? 3819. It's like the same. They're like the same color. Okay, that's weird. It must just be. I was like, wait a minute. That's kind of scared me. Sorry. I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute. Let me look at the mock-up real quick. Oh, okay. It's very similar. Okay, never mind. Okay, it's good. It was just so close. Do you see how close that is? That looks super close. Huh. Weird. Okay, well, back to regular scheduled. Using AI might be dangerous. Nah. Sending a note makes me paranoid. I watch too much true crime. What if she finds me DNA and harasses me? No. She's not going to do anything like that. Well, you rent. Do you rent? Maybe you should talk to your landlord. Oh. Holy moly. It has been a while since I've stitched on that. It's not really been that long ago. I think I worked on it. Let me see when the last time I worked on it. Probably last month. No, it's even been this month I worked on it. What the heck? It's not even been that long. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna do anything. Like if you just, you must know when around the time she works, just kind of sneak over and slip a note under her door. Though I don't know if we have mail slots. So I was like, wait a minute, you couldn't even slip a note under my door. But we have mail slots. So, or if she has a mail slot, put it in her mail slot. And just don't sign it. Oh, that freaked me out, but I can see it now. It is a tad darker. This color. I love this color though. And then to go with that, like number 16, I think, is also like that light chartreuse color. I think I said that wrong. Chartreuse. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, it's so much easier with it a little tiny waxed. Look at it, how nice it lays. Yeah, that's nice. And I was trying to avoid that, but yeah. A note is far more anonymous than the landlord. Yeah. Yeah, I think the landlord, because the landlord would be like, it would be really easy to be like, oh, so and so said that if you told the landlord. And I mean, yeah, I would not like it. Let's see. So I'm gonna start that. Oh, I forgot to do the poll about what day we should do the 𝐏𝐸𝐷 day. I mean, we don't, you don't have to work on that, but if that's the day that we want to be accountable for each, kind of be like, okay, we're going to work on it this week. Because I really enjoyed working on it this week. And I had been kind of avoiding it, but I was like, no, I really liked it. I think switching the technique helped. It's so hot. Yeah, what's up? And well, people kind of don't want to think there's global warming. Like I said, I've lived here for 26 years now, and I've noticed the climate changing here in Sweden a lot. And Sweden is very ecologically minded. So, yeah, I've noticed the weather change a lot. Like where I live now, it hardly ever snows. I live in Sweden, but it's like an hour from the snow belt. So then like an hour north of me gets dumped with snow. Oh yeah, this is just stitching so much better. It's just a little tiny wax. Oh, that's a good one. Tracy says everyone's entitled to a good poke in the whiskers, but the screaming, I just didn't want to be a blocker, but yeah, but well, it depends on what the screaming sounds like. If it sounds like she's being hurt, then you could say, I worry about your screaming, that, it makes me feel like you're being hurt. You could even say that. But yeah. Laura says, same Fred, I'm sweating my ass off. Man. I actually turned my fan on again. I closed my shades ahead of time because it was already 22 outside my window. And then it was, with the window open, it was almost 23 in here. So honestly, that's not that hot. I know, I'm not complaining. There's a breeze, so the air is coming. I can feel the air coming in, which is nice. It feels like a spring day. But the sun hasn't even gotten to this side of the building yet, so it's gonna be warm. I may have to start thinking about moving things around for my AC. That's the other thing, is when summer comes and I start using AC, it might be loud. We might have to figure something out for it. I'm gonna try to get a mic. I think that might help. But we'll see what happens when the time comes, because I can't, the AC, I have to have the AC. There ain't no way. Especially in the afternoon. Whoa. Ask Fred how hot it gets in here. I have pictures of my outside, because I have brick building. There's no like, there's no shade because there's no big trees. I mean, there is big trees, but it's not enough, They're farther away. And sometimes it'll get over 40 outside my window in the summertime. It's not that warm outside, but because the sun is just shining on the bricks, it's like, scorchio. I have a glassed-in balcony, which I can't even use because it is so hot out there in the summertime. They didn't think that through. And this is another like sign that global warming. This apartment was built in the 80s when they had an influx of refugees coming from the Baltic area. And they built these apartments so that they would catch the sun, because in the summertime it's not that hot. And now it's like impossibly hot. Let's see. Oh, yeah, see, that does look a lot better. The stitches look really neat. Let's see. This thread, I might be able to make it. I was like, this thread's getting a little short. It's not really. So yeah, so I probably have to, but my new air conditioner, it's not new, it's 2 years old now, but it's paid off. Yay. The last payment went in yesterday, so it is paid off, which is nice. So now you can see this sulky thread is like in the wrong spot. It's super annoying. But let's see. 40 is brutal over time. Yeah. It's going to be 82 degrees today. I'm not looking forward to that. She might not know. Laura says it's 90 with 50% humidity, so it feels like 95. Ugh. But 50% humidity is not that bad considering. But you know what, Laura, you might think about is a dehumidifier. A dehumidifier, if you can sink the humidity in your house, then the heat won't feel so bad. Because that's that's why like California never felt super hot, because you're not it's not as, what do you call it? It's not as humid. It's really dry. So then when it's warm, you have a dry warm. And then that's how it was hard for me here, because it was really humid. It might not have gotten over like 25, but it was like almost 90% humidity sometimes. And you're just like, oh, you know. And let's see, crazy for Sweden. Yeah. Spain, sure. Yeah, and Spain is even getting hotter now too. And hi, Mandy. And Fred says, when I was in Australia, it hit 46 one day. Oh my God. I was staying with friends who didn't have an AC. It was cooler out on the patio than inside of the house. Oh my Lord. Triolanda, Florida. That's where Fred lives. And Catherine says, without AC, I might actually die. Fred says, back in 2004 or 5, I can't remember which year it was, we got hit by those 3 hurricanes in a row. No power for 2 weeks in the middle of summer. Oh my God, I'd just die. I had been living in it's not really Central Valley. We used to call it the armpit of California. Before I moved to Sweden, I lived in Turlock, which is near Modesto, Stockton, you know. And oh my God, it was so hot there. So my apartment actually had, we're talking 1999, had AC, and I was just like, I was loving it because it was hot. And it's a big, they have a lot of cattle there and everything. And so it smelled like shit. And then there was like a strawberry farm down the road. So it smelled like shit and strawberries. It's a really, really weird combination. I mean, the strawberries smelled awesome, but I was like, oh man. Luckily, I had AC. And then I moved here, and the first summer I was like, you know, because everyone's like, oh, it's not that hot, you know, and they leave all their windows open, all their doors open, no screens. I'd never lived anywhere without screens. And I, you know, was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, because the mosquito is Sweden's national bird, by the way. And I was just like, and then the flies. And then they had these huge ass horse flies that bite, like severely bite. And I was just like, I didn't think I was going to make it that first year. I was like, this is horrible. I can't do this. I kept calling my friend, like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. But, and my mother-in-law was, she was nasty witch. And we had to go and eat at their house every day. I don't know why, but for some reason she had decided that we had to come and eat dinner at their house all the time. And Catherine says, I may turn my AC on in my daughter's room and lay on the floor. Yeah. Wasn't here, but my parents, I wasn't here, but my parents, wait, hold on a second. Oh yeah. Okay. Have to take the son to the doctor or appointment. See you later. Fred says, my AC is set 67 to 19, 24/7. Let the ice caps melt. Floor needs to be underwater anyway. And drive safe. We call it poopery. Yeah. Remind me to send a video of the flies in the outback, Australia. They look for any moisture they can and swarm. Yeah. Those horse flies are, I got bit by one right before I flew to see my mom while she was sick. And I think it got infected or something. I think I might have had a small fever. It was on the airplane. The one from, it was from Philadelphia, I think, to San Francisco. The first time I went through New York, but then that was before, yeah. And I was in pain, and this bite was just, and I swear I was sweating. I felt delirious. It was just really bad. But then it calmed down. I think it was just the airplane, the pressure or something. And I just like sat there and sweated for like 4 hours or something on that last leg of the journey, which was it's a really long flight. Not only is it a long flight, but then you have to travel. So I had to travel from north of Gävle, which is, it's like 30 minutes to Gävle. And then from Gävle, it's like 2 hours to Stockholm. Oh, wait, I took the train. I forgot I took the train. So yeah, so I had to drive to Gävle to catch the train, which is like 30 minutes. And then the train is like 2 hours to Stockholm, and then had to get through the airport and then be on the plane for, I think it was, with time changes and everything, it was like 18 hours or something. And so the whole flight time with time changes was 26 hours. And it was just like, by the time I got, and then I got there, and my brother picked me up in San Francisco, and we had to drive. He lived in Richmond then. So then we had to drive from San Francisco to Richmond, which was, it's like a 20-minute drive if there's no traffic, but there was traffic. So it was like 2 hours. And then we got to my, Mommy, yes, baby. I didn't go to school on Wednesday. Yeah, you do. Huh? Yeah, you do. You're okay. I didn't want to go to school. Okay. So then when we got there, I dropped my stuff off. I think I might have taken a shower. And then we had to drive to Fairfield, where my mom was in the hospital. Yeah, it was a really long day. Okay, so I finished those. Yay! And so I'm going to move over here to this little section. And that color is there. So I'm going to I'll take this thread over here as well. I'll stitch over it, and then stick this back on my pillow. Yeah, so yeah, it was, but these horse flies are just insane. And the mosquitoes, my father-in-law, or ex-father-in-law, when I first came to Sweden, he kind of told me stuff. He kind of reminds me of my dad like that there was a lot of BS stuff if you know what I mean. He told me that, wait a second. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what? He told me that the mosquitoes were so bad that last year that they had killed cows in a town not too far from where we were. And I was like, nah, that can't be right. And I guess it was. Okay, so wait a minute. 25. See, and I don't trust this. I don't trust this now. 25 is 3, 8, 5, 6. I mean, I put them in the right spot, but the color looks so dark compared to what it is. So now I want to double check, which is kind of silly. 3, 8. Yeah, okay, it is that light. Yeah, okay. Second guessing myself. So, but yeah, the mosquitoes were so bad that they had made some cattle die, which is kind of amazing if you think about it. And then ants also. I cannot stand ants. And we went, and I grew up in, wait, I was going to wax that. I grew up in Marin, like redwood forests all around where I lived and everything. And it was, it's like a different thing. The redwoods are just, it's different. It's a different type of forest than is here in Sweden. Here in Sweden, the forests aren't as big. A lot of times they're replanted because, they log them. There's more forest than people. That's definitely the tree population is more than the people population. Anyway, so I was all excited because I had grown up taking hikes in the forest and, just loving it. And so I was all excited because I heard there was all this forest. And the reality of it is a lot different. There were huge red ant hills. Like, you could see them. And I was like, I got bit by red ants when I was a kid. So I'm like, I freak out at ants. It's just how I am, And I was like, no. And you can't just, like, it's not a clear walk. It's like really rocky. There's a lot of rock. And so it's like walking in the forest here is a different sort of adventure. And so a couple times I walked in there, I was like, no. And the bugs, I was like, no, I'm okay. You want to talk to Daddy, baby? You want to talk to Daddy? You're in bed, yeah. Fred's, I'm not mean, honest, but the soot sprite looks like one of those ghosts from Pac-Man. I can't stop seeing it. Yeah. Renee says, I lived in Lake Havasu City for about 3 or 4 years. Heat in the summer was up to 120. Oh, damn. This means when I would get in my car after work, the steering was untouchable. Yeah. That Toyota Corolla I was talking about yesterday, I was working out at one of the Girl Scout camps in Marin, and it was a really, really hot summer. And I guess my car was sealed good enough, and it was out in the sun, and the window cracked because it was so hot. Yeah, so and it was always like that, and I didn't have AC in my car or anything. Let's see. I drove through that area in the summer once. Oh my God, never again. Rich left. I'm all alone. There's no one here but me. Oh, and your cats. And Meowlin says, Renee, I didn't do proper research before I went to Arizona in June. I went hiking and my fingers became sausages. Oh, yeah. I lived in Phoenix for a summer when I was a kid, and I was like, but I had lived in Nevada before that, so it was like, I was used to the heat when I was a kid. We it didn't bother me, but yeah, I remember how hot it was. It was pretty bad. Let me double check where I'm working here. Oh, see, there's another 100 stitches. Woo! I'm gonna get some good stitching in on this today. That's good. I think this was the right decision to put this in with the big wheel. I love these projects, and I feel like I don't get enough work on them, so it's good. I did work on Spirited Away a little bit this morning, like a half an hour. I'm at 80% on it now. Woo! I'm decided I'm just leaving it in the hoop now, and I'll work on it. Like tonight, I'll work on it when. Oh wait, Yogi's not streaming. So yeah. Yogi's not streaming. Should I stream again tonight, do you think? Or do we know if anybody else is? Crescent City. Oh, your husband grew up in the Crescent City. But Crescent City is like, it's different. Yeah, it's still really nice. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just different. You got the redwoods and you got the ocean, and oh man, there's nothing like it. Just nothing like it, I have to say. In hot summer day and the fog rolls in and it cools everything off. It's just, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. I almost messed up. Let's see. So this is where the little flags are on the wrong side, but I can turn them off because I don't need to have them on for here. Um, because I'm not doing the black until later. It's a little bit more complicated, but actually I think I didn't really like doing the black first anyway, because it was hard to, like, there's lots of zigzags, but now once it's done it'll be easier to um, fill them in, because there'll be a much clearer path. So um let's see. Counts don't count. Rich left, so they're all going to sleep. Um, and Lizzie says, I like heat, but no more than 28 Celsius. I can do just about take 30. No, no, no. Yeah, but the humidity here is just woo. Also, hey day, how about Friday? That would work for me for sure. Um, we could definitely do that if you guys want to do Fridays. Um, that would definitely work. I was thinking either that or Wednesdays would also work. But Fridays would definitely work, because I think it would be good to get some of that in there. I yeah, we could do that. Let's see. Okay. Now I did that. Oh, and that's the other thing. I'll do this also. Wait, not this way. Let's turn that down just a tiny bit. The black is like blaring at me. And this time there's two there. It's such a different experience compared to the fairy floss. I really can feel the difference. Um, oh, that fairy floss is just, ooh. Once I figure out Gamer Nouveau, I'll order stuff for it. But now I'm like, I'm gonna crack the code of Gecko Rouge, and use that chart if I can crack it. But I'm pretty sure. So Clara said, "Oh, and Sigrid's back." Um, Wednesday would not work. Okay, Friday is good for me. Um, oh, and yeah, wait. Nikki said something. I was going to read that, but then I got distracted. Sorry. Nikki says, yeah, I can't do Phoenix or Tucson. I live in a town an hour and a half away from Tucson, but we're at 5K elevation, so it's cooler than both. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, my mouse is like not being good. Um, yeah, and it gets colder there then too, right? In the wintertime. Um, all in for Hade Friday. Okay, good. Friday. Oh, that's a good one. It doesn't get that cold usually around the 50s. If it does, we're sitting around 70 this winter. We get monsoon, which we all love here. In the summer, it keeps it cool. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, let's see. Oh, and we have one more on this row. Oops. Let's find the hole. Um, it's like the color is a little boring up in this part, but it's just the whole thing is gonna look amazing. I'll take a picture of the whole thing when I take it out of the hoop tonight. Um, and on the linen, this linen is just a lot of people don't like permanent antique white. They feel like it's too stiff. But because I used that chalk pencil, the pink chalk pencil, when I was doing the gridding, I wanted to wash it and make sure it came out before I started working on it. So I actually washed this fabric and it's much softer. Okay, so now I am done with that. Let's remove the block. Let's wait. Remove the block for a second. Do that. I have a little bit of thread left, but it looks like I have a waist ending here. Let me double check where that waist ending is going. Oh, what did I do? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that was fun. I missed it completely. How the heck? Okay, well, it's fine. Yeah, I think that, yeah, it's caught, so I'll just take it out. I just wanted to make sure that I had caught it. Yeah. Let's see. Renee says parts of Arizona are really nice. We lived in Prescott for 10 years. It has mild temps. Um, yeah. Ebony, I have the chart with no kit. Love Arizona, but really enjoyed New Mexico more weirdly. I kind of think about, um, yeah, I kind of liked New Mexico as well. I was little when I went there. Lizzie says, I do not know how to get Gecko Rouge on Saga. I tried, but it does not seem to work. It doesn't, Lizzie, unfortunately. It, it does technically, but it doesn't recognize because there's no DMC colors. But what I figured out is that if you have the kit and you want to put it into Pattern Keeper, or if you want to put it into Saga, so you see how I'm using index numbers in Saga. I'm using index numbers this time. So you can go in and when you edit the you would usually edit the unknown colors in Paradise. You can put the index numbers instead. Just use like generic thread and put the index numbers and it'll come up as index numbers instead. See, so Yogi, she did it into Paradise and then she changed the colors instead. Yeah, I got it through some pirating ways. you know. Well, I have the Medusa doll maker version. So, if I don't figure it out, I'll figure it out. So what I noticed with the new version of Paradise, it does bring up the correct colors swatch, but the numbers are wrong. So when I was messing around with a Gecko Rouge pattern yesterday, I put it into Pattern Keeper because it does work in Pattern Keeper, correct? No problem. You get the index numbers and everything, and you get a mock-up right. So I took that and I used the amounts of stitches. You can sort by amounts of stitches. So I sorted it through amounts of stitches and then went over to Paradise and put those numbers in the correct stitch count. So technically you could do it that way. And it would work if you had just index numbers. So okay, you're okay. So Lizzie, you could do it that way. It takes a little bit more work, but honestly, I like working in Saga much better. So for me, it would be worth it. That's something to consider anyway. So hopefully wait, where am I? Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Why is this the same color? Because it's the same color. Oh, my thread got uneven. So yeah, I am playing around with it. I don't know if it will actually work. But because you have the kit, Lizzie, if you have one of those DMC color cards. Oh, I just realized that got moved up. Sorry. If you have one of those DMC color cards, you can color match. You absolutely could color match. Not a problem at all. I don't have one and I don't have a kit, so I can't do that. So I went through and actually it comes up in Paradise fairly close to the mock-up. The one pattern I did. The Gamer Nouveau didn't do that, unfortunately. But it was, I could figure it out kind of thing. So, Nikki says, but Fred, Florida feels like 1,000 degrees when it's only 80 with the humidity. Yep. And how did she get her Gecko Rouge? Oh, so what? I was getting to that actually. I kind of got sidetracked. So when you go in to Saga, so she didn't do it in Paradise. Let me put the block up so I'll do it in here. It's a little safer. So here we're gonna go in with 310. So you can change the color. So let's say it was 501. So I believe what she did was she went over and changed it like that, right? And then when you look at it, it's green instead of black. You know what I mean?
I want to talk to Daddy on Wednesday.
Yeah, you're going to talk to Daddy on Wednesday. Well, it's almost still black there. Sorry. So here, we changed it to this color. And I believe this is what she did. So then if you look at it, it's green instead of black. So,
I didn't want to go to 3 weeks from school. My foot doesn't feel okay.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it later, okay? Can I talk to you later about it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So back to black on that. So I believe that's what she said she did. But personally, I would do it in Paradise before you even get it into Saga. It makes more sense. To me, anyway, it makes more sense. So I'm just gonna do this little. So I've been playing with it, just kind of messing around with it, and Because the Gamer Nouveau that I have from Medusa Dollmaker does not work in Paradise, which is super annoying. It works in Pattern Keeper, but then we were also looking at it and the, I need this again. Why did that not come up? Oh, I know why. Like the wrong color. I'm like, where are the little flags? Okay. So, we were talking about it and everyone decided that the Gecko Rouge version of the Gamer Nouveau looked better. And actually, there's a lot less confetti on the Gecko Rouge version. Like, the background is a lot more block stitching than the Medusa Dollmaker version. So I'm still playing with it. You know, and it's probably going to take... It's going to take me figuring out the colors and somebody else doing the checking with a kit if they have a kit. So if you have a kit already, then would be pretty simple. You could use, so Lord Libidin has a thread, what do you call it? Oh, I didn't do that other one enough. He's got a thread inventory sheet, an Excel sheet. And it also groups it in color families. So you could actually, I actually just thought of this. You could use that to figure out, you could look at it and go, okay, it's this color family. And then you know where to check to see which the DMC number is. But like I said, one of those Gecko Rouges I had came up. The mock-up was what I thought was exactly what the picture looked like. So you could do it where, I mean, you could do it. So, okay. So for example, because I was helping somebody with Paradise for a Gecko Rouge pattern. Clara says, do you color match it all the time? Yeah, how do you color match Gecko Rouge? Sounds too fiddly for me. Okay, so here, I had an idea, actually. It depends on if your pattern will come up properly. If it doesn't come up, if it's a newer kit, it should. So let me show you this real quick. Let me mark these real quick, and then I'll show you. Let me put my big screen on. I really like that this works this way. Okay, so we'll go out, and I have Granny's craft cupboard, Gecko Roof. I was just making sure it wasn't on here already. I think I took it out. Let me go out here. Yeah, I'm gonna close that. So I can go, where do I have that? Okay, it's on Drive. I had to think where I put it. So I can go in here. I already have it done on Saga.
Resting.
You're resting. Okay, yeah. That's okay. You can rest, sweetie. You want to talk? You want to talk to me? You're in bed. Okay, you're okay, baby. Let me go in my...
I know my foot hurts a lot.
Your foot hurts a lot. Okay. Saga files. I have a lot of patterns. Let's see. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's the... Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so here we go. We'll do it this way. Okay? So we're going to go in... Can you see okay? Let me know if you can see that okay on the screen. So we'll go in and we will... we'll convert it. I think I already have it converted, but it's not... It wasn't there. So... it's not going to notice all this stuff, which it is what it is. So we go and we do first palette, last palette, and this is the first chart, and we do that to the end. And I usually turn off the debug if my button works here. So with this, you have to know how wide it is. Oh, actually, it has it down at the bottom. So, and I'm not going to count that because there's too many things to count. So you can kind of so on the Gecko Rouge pattern, you can see at the bottom, it tells you where and I can't zoom in anymore, but it'll show you where you're at, which page that is. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. Oh, here it is. Here, this is the page. This is the last page. And if you look at it, it's page 19, right? Okay, so I have to check here and make sure if this is page 1. Yeah, okay, so there's 19 across. So you turn off auto and you do 19. And then also check for overlap. And I believe Gecko Rouge doesn't do any overlap. Yeah, correct. So you turn off overlap. This is where Yogi went wrong. Oh, and hold on a second. Let's see. First chart to the end. Okay, that messed up somehow. Okay, so then we go next. The other thing I do is ignore 2 color codes, right? And I usually also use only single symbols in the palette because sometimes it won't recognize a symbol, right? It's not really that fiddly, not really. I do this almost every day for people, so I'm kind of used to it. I love doing these charts. It's just something fun that I like to do. So Lizzie, if you want, you can send me the charts and I'll fix it up for you because I'm not gonna color code everything, but I can make it so you can use Saga. You know what I mean? And then you can so then when I do all the index numbers, because Saga or Paradise reads across the top for the index numbers, and in Gecko Rouge, the index numbers are vertical. So the numbers aren't right. So you have to go through and you have to fix the numbers, but it's not a huge deal. If you really love Saga, it's worth it. Let me take a sip. And this is a really big chart, so it takes a long time. I actually don't know for sure if it's going to be perfect or not, but I have that in, well, that's weird. I have that I already had it in Paradise. I just remembered. It is fiddly, but using Saga is worth it to me. Like I was messing with Pattern Keeper yesterday, fiddling around with the patterns. I was like, I really do not like this. It's just was not fun for me. I'm gonna flip while that's doing that, because you guys can't see this. I'm gonna flip my work and actually I'm not, because I'm gonna stitch across that. So I'll go over here and do a little bit of a away knot. There. All right, and then I'll be ready. Let me check and see if I have another one of those threads. It takes a while. You know what? I'm gonna stop because I do remember that it isn't. I already have it. Yes, I already have it in Paradise, so I won't bother doing it again, or at least I think I do. Where is it? Now I have to find it. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, you know what? That was on my phone. I just realized it's on my phone. Oh yeah, well, never mind. It was on my phone. Or maybe it is. Oh, I know where it's at. Here, maybe. Let me look. Nope. Okay, no, I didn't have it on there. Never mind. One other place to check. Let me check real quick. I cleaned out my cross stitch stuff out of my tablet to put it onto let's see here. Let's do this, Granny. And not Branny, Granny. Yeah, I already have it. Yeah, I did. I knew I had it. Oh wait, that's not it. That's not Granny's craft room. No, that's not right. No, I thought it was called Granny's cupboard. Oh, maybe it's cupboard. Sorry, I'm like, can't think of anything. Craft cupboard. There it is. Craft. Ah, there it is. Okay. Let me open it with. No. Okay, well, it's opening it in Saga. Never mind. Because I couldn't find it. Yeah, the price is just not gonna work. Let me find that instead. Let me find it instead where it's at. I think I know where it's at. It just wasn't. It wasn't in 𝐏𝐞𝐫 for some reason. Nah. I think it's a new folder. I think it's in converted charts. Can I actually read? No, I can't. Oh, there it is. Converted. So the light is shining on my. Let me see. I think it's in here. No. Okay. Your foot hurts. I'm sorry, baby. Where is that? Oh, I have too much. I've got to really have to. Oh, here we go. I really have to organize my stuff a little better. I have too much stuff. I help a lot of people craft. I help a lot of people with their. It's not there. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess I don't have it. Huh. That's weird. Well, I found the Saga file. I wonder where I put it. Oh, you know what? I bet it's in here. I bet it's just by itself. Yep, there it is. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, see, I'm just really, so I open it, a Saga file doesn't really, oh, it's going to open it directly in Saga, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So just once, open it with Paradise, and it'll tell me that it needs to change it to 𝐷IZ before it'll work. Sorry, this is a little bit convoluted. It's a really big chart, so it takes a while for it to load up. Okay, so you can see that, okay, so you know what? Okay, so I got this from Yogi. So she did do it like I suggested. Okay, so that's good. So actually the colors are by number. So the index number is that way. So you can do it that way. You know what I mean? So Lizzie, this is how you would do it. You would go in, so this is number 69. And what I would do is you load it into Pattern Keeper and sort it by stitch count, which is really easy to do. So this one is 69, which I believe is probably white. No, wait, no, it wouldn't be white. It could be though. Yeah, okay. Your foot, let me see. Here, bring your foot over here and let me see it. Okay, no, I guess it has to be saved as a 𝐷IZ.
My foot hurts. Hey.
Okay. Well, never mind. I'll fix that later. But let me see. Bring your foot over here so I can see it.
Wrong.
I'm not going to touch it, but let me look at it.
Again.
It's not swollen, sweetie.
I don't feel like it.
You don't feel like it. Okay, well, that wasn't actually... I'm sorry, that wasn't actually how you do it either. But anyway... there's only 149 colors in there. Okay, well, but you can do it. You can see that it was done by index numbers. And then when you load it into Saga, it's in index numbers. but you would do it in Paradise to do that. So it's doable. Let me see if I can actually load it and see if it's there. Okay, here it is now. Because I loaded it into Paradise, it's available now. I had dumped all of them out of there to save space. It's still loading. Let's see, convert to 𝐷IS. It's because it's already a saga file. Yeah, I can imagine that he would make a lot more money if he offered patterns. You know what I mean? Especially with the way shipping is now. Who is going to buy something that's going to end up probably paying more in taxes than the pattern itself? And then shipping, it doesn't make sense to me. I couldn't buy anything from the UK because I know I'd have to pay, I'd have to pay extra fees for it. So, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, so now I can go in and I can edit it because it's a 𝐷IS file. Yeah, that's why I would do it with the DMC thread card. Okay, so now if you go in there, now you could go in here and we know this is 69. It's generic. So you could use custom or generic and then just put the index number. But if you went to DMC, then you could switch the color to whatever if you wanted to. You could color match it by this as well. So, it is possible. But then if you want to do the index numbers, then you would just do an index number and then save it. And it's done. So, like, we know 16 is 310, and I'm pretty sure that is either, it looks like 3865 probably, or Blanc. It doesn't look like Winter White anyway. But that's how you would do it. It is involved, but if you want to work on Saga, it's worth it. That's how I feel about it because I love Saga. Okay, I'm not going to look at that. Fred. Right. Okay. So back to Saga. So I hope that was somewhat understandable. I don't know. Okay. So, and now Busy Mom has me thinking about doing this. I don't know if you guys have seen A Beautiful Place. It's so pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, wait, I closed the thing. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Isn't that so pretty? And I don't know, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, it's huge. But, yeah, it's beautiful. I want to do that now. I was looking at 18 count. And it would be 75 centimeters by 28 centimeters. That's not too bad, actually. I'd only have to buy a piece of 3 decimeter, well, 4 probably, of fabric. So that's not too bad. Okay, so let me close that again. Okay. So anyway, if you have any questions about it, just let me know. And we're still on 25. See where that is. My little pillow. And definitely gonna wax the thread. It did sit nicer. It's a little more matte. You can tell that the places that I didn't use it. I don't know. It just feels like it's not right today. Gosh. It twisted around the needle. Damn. Oh, there we go. All right, because I'm gonna just use my. I have to take it off to wax it, so I'm going to just use my my ballpoint needle. So, no, sounds like too much hard work. I agree they should put use a pattern only option. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's right, Ebony. Pain-free crafts, you have an option for PDF and kits. I bet she sells a lot more stuff because of it as well. You know, I know that there's a lot of people who buy kits from her, but there's probably a lot of people that also buy, you know, just PDFs. I mean, I don't know. I really liked 𝐵_elemental. I liked all of those patterns when I was looking at them, but to buy 𝐵_elemental, which isn't a very big piece, it's only got like 63 colors. It would cost, I think it was £165 for something that wasn't, I think 28 count was cheaper. But you know, if you wanted something like 18 count or something, it cost more. More floss, you know, that makes sense. Well, it doesn't really, because see, I wouldn't need that much floss because I would do it 1/1 and I wouldn't need that much floss. But anyway, I digress. The you know, it's a really quirky, cute pattern, but like it's not very clear. You know, it's you know, it's not like high quality full coverage. Now that I've been looking at the pattern itself, I'm like, you know, I wouldn't pay that much for it. Would I? You know, it's just, yeah. I actually thought there was a mistake in the pattern because there were like 2 white squares in the middle or the back of the B. It was just that those were 2 white spots, and it was just like 2 squares. And I was like, what? I actually had to look closer to see what it was because it didn't show up. Yeah, you know, I mean, if I had the money, sure, but you know, I know that it would cost way too much for me to order something from them, unfortunately. And I guess it's also a different style, you know, so you have to actually like the charts that are offered. My thread is twisting up a lot. Maybe if you heard from more people, yeah, I did because I love the colors. You know, the 𝐵_elemental, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, because I think it's really pretty, but it's you know, it's kind of, it's the artwork is kind of that style. It's not meant to look smooth and pretty, but then it also, you know, yeah, I don't know. Oh man. Oh, I was like, why is that? Hold on a second. I caught something in the back. Oh, okay, that was that thread. I'm like, what? I got a little too close to the end threads there. There we go. Okay. Maybe. Oh. Then again, you're in the UK and it is cheaper. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it wasn't for Brexit, there wouldn't be an issue with buying things. I used to buy things from the UK all the time. It was my go-to. You know, that was before we had Amazon in Sweden. I would buy from Amazon UK all the time. You know, I would buy books and just, you know, because it was better for me to buy English books from the UK. And so then you know, Brexit happened and yeah, there went that. So, but anyway. So, I know everyone was talking about him for a while, and I had never heard of, no, that's not right. I had heard of Gecko Rouge because I had seen some kits or something, and oh, I don't know what that is. I had seen somebody posting kits, and I knew Pattern Keeper said if you wanted to load a 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐬𝐲 index card or something like that. So I knew there was something, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. And then when Yogi was talking about her kit and then how much she paid for hers, I was like, And so I thought, well, this must be really awesome then. I'll go look. And I was like, yeah, I think there might have been one that I liked. I'm a Doctor Who fan, so I think there was a Doctor Who one that I was like, I could do that. But yeah, what is this? Somebody sent me a message, sorry. Just double checking. Lizzie, okay. I'll get back to you, Lizzie, when we're done. Thank you for the message. I'll look at that in a little bit and I'll help you out because yeah, I don't mind. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over here. And oops. Yeah, I wonder if that, because it's expensive for me to buy them here in Sweden. I can't imagine what it would be if you were in the US, I just can't imagine how that must be hurting his business, you would think. But I don't know. And that's also like I would never be able to order from Pain Free Crafts because I know that the cost of shipping and all that would just be astronomical and I wouldn't be able to afford it. So, yeah. And let me double check here. Yeah, there's just one square. And my thread, oh no, they're okay. They came uneven. Okay. They're like zip, all over the place. Okay, so back to stitching. Rant over. Now I'm not ranting. I'm just kind of voicing an opinion, I guess, right? And I do feel bad because it excludes people that don't have means to buy the stuff. And I guess, I don't know. Okay, I put that a little close. It's okay. Oh, wow, the ends were perfectly straight. How about that? Hey, Christina, welcome in. Let's see. I purchased a Doctor Who pattern from Threadgeeks. It's awesome. Ooh, I have to look at that. And I think the reason they gave was to minimize the threat of Chinese sites stealing the work. Yeah, but they still can do it. It's not like super difficult. But yeah, it's possible. So Christina says, what are the yellow arrows and how do you activate them in Saga? Okay, so they are counting the numbers of stitches in a row. So you can so it's this little thing that has a 5 in it, and it's probably at the bottom of your Saga. So if you let me put the big screen on so you can see. I can see my camera better now with this angle, by the way. And it does look flatter on the screen. Okay, so here in the sidebar, which yours is at the bottom, I believe, Christina, right? There's a button that has a little arrow, and I wanted to say pile. And you just press it. But if you long press it, then you can change it so that it counts down in rows. and it can count from either side. I don't usually, the down and rose kind of bothers me sometimes, so I don't usually use that one. And in this case, I like it on this side. And then you can change the color. And for iOS, it's slide bars. So, I can change the color to be something, more. I kind of like the yellow because it's kind of like in your face. But my problem is sometimes, depending on where it is on either side, it can hide other stitches, which then bothers me. But you can just turn it off. So hopefully that helps. Let me turn this off before I forget. What's up, baby? Are you hungry?
Yeah, just watching the video.
You're just watching a video, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm stitching.
What are you talking?
I'm on live YouTube.
You're on live YouTube.
Yeah, do you want to say hi to people? Christina's here too. You want to say hi to Christina?
Hi, Christina.
Okay.
I'm Alex Kurgan.
You're Alex Kurgan.
My mom named Suzanne Kurgan.
Yeah? He's petting me. Nice. You're the best, Alex.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Are you having hot dogs tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, and buns?
Yes.
Okay, good. If you're hungry, you can go do that
I'm
now.
just gonna play computer.
Okay, you go play computer.
Why?
Okay.
I'm just the best.
Yeah, you're just the best. You're my best baby.
I'm not a baby, I'm a man. It has nothing to do. Wait a minute. You're on stitching today.
I am stitching, yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Have to double check and make sure it's okay, right?
Want me to double check you?
You're gonna double check me.
Yeah.
You're walking around pretty good, Biscuit.
Really good.
And Christina says, hi, Alex.
Hi, I am Alex.
You're Alex, yeah. Alex. He's giving me a neck massage. Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Thanks, Biscuit. You're the best.
So, what do you think? I'm really happy about this today.
You're really happy. What are you happy about today?
I'm happy about
Oh,
everything.
You're happy about everything. Aw, that's good.
Yeah.
You're feeling happy today. That's good.
Massaging you.
And massaging my neck. Yes, thank you. So he's happy today, everyone. I think we're glad that he's happy.
We got a back massage.
Yeah, thank you, sweetie.
It tickles.
Okay, why don't you go play on your computer and I'm going to stitch a little bit longer. Okay? Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, my mom.
You're welcome, Biscuit.
Thanks,
I love you.
Thank you very much.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
I'm gonna start some headphones. And
Okay, yeah, you
do
can have your
music time
headphones.
For me,
Okay, good.
myself.
God, his voice is getting so deep.
That's okay.
It's
That's
okay.
okay. That's my voice.
Yeah, your voice is good.
My voice okay?
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna go over one more. It's like the thread's getting a little bit, it's not short, it's just, it's a little bit unruly. It's like not behaving on it. I can remove that now as well. I'll leave it up a little bit. So the arrow shows only when there's more than 4 stitches. Yeah, so 1 to 3, there's no arrows. And Lizzie has to go, and you have to do some more studying before Chelsea Flower Show. Oh, nice. I used to watch that. That's nice. Well, tell us how it is next time we talk to you. And have a good evening. Study hard and everything.
Yeah.
So, you got to count. You got to know how to count to 3 at least. And we all know we can't count past 3. So then 4 needs to be, then you get 4. But like if you're doing a long, like when I do, for example, when I'm working on Spirited Away, there's a lot of trailing stuff that goes around, and the arrows going down can be really helpful. I don't really need them on this so much. but I probably will turn them on when I do the black outlines. And see, this is getting messy. Actually, I'm going to take that out. I don't really like how that looks. Let me wet that again. The thread looks okay. It's just kind of, it wasn't laying nicely. So I'm going to wet it again so that it will behave. It's definitely more wiry. There we go. I just want to get across the row so I can, and I only prepared 2 strands of this, so, and I already, you know, figured I don't really like to do the same color so much, so I'll switch to another color. I think I have a darker brown. I think it's the one that's next to me, the V. So, and then I usually, because I like to use loop start, pick that a little bit, I do like a half across, and this has quite a few, so I'll take it over here and hope for the best. Wait, I think, oh, okay. I decided to do something else and then it got stuck on the other threads. I think I'll take it down on a diagonal instead. So I'll do it like over here. And like that. I could cut that off a little bit so it's not all over, wiggling all over this one too. There we go. And let me mark that row off. And then I believe I did, let me see, I believe I did this other symbol. Yeah, I did. So let me move that around a little bit. Oh, come on. All right. Let me drink a little bit of water. It's kind of hard to see. I hope it looks better for you guys. Oh yeah, see, it looks better on my camera. What the heck? Let me move this down now that, oh, maybe. I'm working down farther. This is kind of fun. I haven't worked on this in a while. Let me switch this over, and that one's okay. I can't see. There was some stuff that I stuck up through the back that I want to pick out. Nope, can't. Okay, well, never mind. That's good. It's secure. I couldn't even see it. Okay. Make sure I'm not. Doc Marmalade. And welcome. And hello from Northern California. The best California. Ow! Ow! I just pierced my hand with my needle pillow. It was falling off the arm of the chair, and I just grabbed it with my hand. Ow. Okay, well, yeah, the best California is Northern California. We won't let anybody forget that. We're about in Northern California. I'm from Marin, but I'm in Sweden now, so yeah. No, Sweden's nice. Okay, so Alex is singing. Sorry. Which song are you singing?
Called American Tune.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. He's singing Paul Simon, by the way, guys.
I wonder
That's a good song, anyway.
I can't help wonder.
He's a true Gen X child, or a true child of a Gen Xer. Oh, you know what? I think that's wrong. Let me double check. 3. Oh yeah, that is wrong. Let me fix that real quick. Counting. It's like a little bit difficult. Oh, I really put that in there good. There we go. Okay. Let me see. Chico. Oh, I almost went to college or university in Chico. I thought about it for a while. But then I changed my mind, of course. But Chico's nice. Or at least I thought it was nice back then. That was like 30 years ago or something. So. Yeah, Maolin's in the Bay Area. She's in the right part of California as well. We don't have any Southern Californian people in our group, do we? I don't want to, Though I will say, I loved living in San Diego. It was really nice there. Yeah, San Diego was nice. So I can't say anything bad about San Diego. Well, traffic was kind of suck, but the weather was beautiful. Yeah, I mean it's not the Bay Area, but it was a good place to live while I lived there. Another color. This was number 5. I have no idea what it is. I have to look in my. I think it was like 156 or something. I can look actually. That's the good thing about this is even if you use the index numbers, so number 5 is 352. Oh, I was way off. I was way off. Let's mark those. 3, 4. So what do you guys think? Should I stream tonight or what? If Yogi's not going to be on? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, what anybody said on Facebook or what. Let me know what you think. Gonna be stitching anyway, so I don't know.
This button says more means more games.
Okay.
On the game.
It does. You're right.
Android, iOS, PC.
Yes,
OYA.
please. Yes.
Oh
okay.
yeah, for the TV.
Okay. Yeah.
On the YouTube.
Okay, on the YouTube.
I watched that.
Okay.
Cool.
So should I spin the wheel and decide something, or should I work on something? I don't know. What do you guys think? I could continue working on this and get some more work on it. But I could switch up. I'm kind of addicted to Forest Friends, actually. I wouldn't mind working on that again. You know what's going to happen when I spin the wheel for tomorrow. eclipse is going to come up again. But I don't want to work on that tonight. I don't want to be too tired to work on that tonight. The universe is, yeah. You know, I have a feeling we're gonna have to pick that tomorrow. Let's see. That's 4. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be what ends up getting picked for tomorrow again. I think we should just let's see what comes up, and then you know, vote again, see what happens, see how many times it gets called. Yeah, that would be interesting. Let's see how many times it gets called. But it's been really close. You know, I think the poll was like 5-4 or something. So, you know, the polls have been really close. And did you all vote on Christina's new whip that she's going to start? Yes, Forest Friend is from Cross Stitch Meadow. It's so sweet, and it's just, I really like it. That's the water, and on the 18 count, it really does look like watercolor. It's a bit light, but I've been enjoying working on it. Let's see, let's move that, and there's 4 here. Yeah, should I work on, okay, so Sigrid says I should work on Eclipse. Nikki says Forest Friends. Sigrid says, is Forest Friends from Meadow? Yeah, it's Cross Stitch Meadow. Ooh, there's a cool breeze coming in all of a sudden. Nice. Let's see, that one. Oh, there's another goal done. That means I've stitched 300 so far. That's good. It's been going, I think it's going really well. I mean, it's just block stitching. It's not, there's not really a lot. Well, there is a lot of counting, and I have made a couple of significant counting errors a few times so far. So. The other one that I kind of wouldn't mind working on would be like Howls or the rabbit, the sweet tooth. Those are kind of like, they're new ones that I like a lot. Meadows pattern is okay. You do you. Okay. Yeah. I could work on Eclipse. You know, maybe it would stop being called on my wheel. But it is very confetti heavy, and if I do a stream later, a lot of times I'm a bit on the more tired side, so I make more mistakes then. So I'm kind of a little like, I don't know. But I also love it. It's really hard. It's really hard because it's so pretty. I started that from 2 different parts. They both were tough. And Melon says sweet tooth. Oh yeah. I was working on that the other day during the marathon because I got tired of confetti, and that was just, it's so cute. Oh, and I fixed my blended threads too. My blended, I did a little, I used some thread cards and did a little thing for the blended threads. So, I mean, really, it could be anything. It could be any of my full coverage. You know, I'll let you guys decide. Move my chart down now. We're getting there. Let faith. Okay, yeah, I can spin the wheel. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Yeah, it's 6:40 now, so I think that if I am going to stream again later, does anybody know if Ellen is going to take over for Yogi tonight, or if not, I can skip. I can do it. Well, I'd like to do it anyway. Let's see. Let's move my box down a little bit more. I think I can do one more row. Wait, let me double check.
No.
Okay. I like had to count. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do the coffee one. Let's see. Melon says, "Do you do samplage for your live streams?" I haven't decided either that. I kind of want to see the coffee one. And Sigrid says, "I saw in Discord Whatabiz was mentioned. I started an 18 count max color also with blends." From Whatabiz, do they have blend? Oh yeah, I guess they do have blends. I have two coffee ones. One is a Bothy Threads. It's also on this same linen. And then I have the Coffee Break, which is with Fairy Floss, which I like a lot. So the other the Coffee Dictionary of Coffee is the from Bothy Threads, and it is using Royal Embroidery. And then the Coffee Break is on 32 count even weave, cotton even weave, and it is using Fairy Floss. I actually ordered, that's when the first time I ordered Fairy Floss, because they sell it by the meter. You can, it costs a little more to buy it by the meter, but like if you only need 1 meter of something, you know, it's absolutely a good, you know, it could work out for you, you know. And it was the first time Ryan had done that, and so I tested it out, and oh, look at that. Isn't that look cute? It's so cute. So yeah, that looks pretty good. It looks really washed out on the screen, but it looks pretty good on the camera. Okay, so I could do one more thread. Let me double check what I have here. I think, let me check and see if I did this. I don't want to go down farther. 11. Oh no, I didn't do that one. Well, I could. Well, I'll just move back up and do this one. I'll do this color again. There we go. And finish that off. I think that's 25. Oh no, I don't have any more thread there. Oh, I could do it. Wait, what's 19? Hold on a second. Let me look and see what 19 is. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's right. There was only a little bit of that. Never mind. We won't worry about that. I just did that for later. I can look and see. I'll do a thread real quick. 11 is 745. Okay. 745. Oh, it's a really bright yellow. Oh, is that pretty? Look at that. But you can see that the difference in the, let's see, let me find a fairy floss. I know this is fairy floss. Or I think it is. No, maybe that's not. Let me find a fairy floss. I think this one is. But I don't know if you can see the difference in the, my thread. You can see the difference in the twist a little bit up here. I'm not sure you can see that. I think this is, oh, that could be actually. Oh wait, that was the wrong color anyway. I think, excuse me here. I don't know what I'm doing. I picked up the wrong color anyway. 745. Yeah. I was, what do you call it? I was comparing two fairy flosses. Oh, well, here you can see, actually, here's side by side. Here is a fairy floss. This is fairy floss, and this is royal embroidery. So you can see the way it behaves, the difference in it. It's not bad floss. And then, oh, here, and then here's a fairy floss right next to it. But you can see how it behaves. It's just different. You know. So anyway, yeah, it's not bad. Oi, shit. Oh man, I just flicked my needle somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, whoops, that's not going to pull out nicely. And the fairy floss is cheaper. So there is that. That's the nice thing. But I remember when I first got the royal embroidery, I am impressed by it. It is considerably cheaper than DMC. And I liked it better than DMC. It feels more, I don't know, solid. But then I got fairy floss and I was like, ah. Okay, I waxed that little mother. I don't have to wax the fairy floss either, which is nice. Let's see. Let me see if I'm in the camera. Make sure I'm okay. I'm gonna take a sip of drink. Okay, yeah, I see. I'm watching myself fumble floss drops. Okay. So I'm up here. Had to find where I was at. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a little bit more and then I'll stop. I need to go feed myself and make sure my kid eats. He's not been really hungry lately. He's like not eating breakfast. Yeah, I think the medicine is suppressing his appetite. So I need to go make sure he will eat something. So I don't think he's a growing boy anymore. He did come home and have some cookies. Oh, this is like, you can hardly see it. You can hardly see the color. Yeah. So I'll spin the wheel. I'll spin the wheel for tonight, and then I'll spin the wheel for tomorrow as well. So I have a wheel that has everything on it. So I'll spin that one for tonight. So we'll just see what it comes up with, and then I'll do the full coverage spin for tomorrow. And tomorrow Alex will not be home, so I am a little bit freer.
choose levels 2, and you challenge anything.
Madeline says, I want to get fairy floss, but I'm not looking forward to making a master set again. Yeah. I'm working on it. I think I have about 200 on floss drops, but I still have a bunch, you know, in my storage thing. I still have a bunch on bobbins, but I'm not using those colors. So this is only what I'm using in patterns in particular. Anything else I have stored for now. So I want to do Gamer Nouveau and Fairy Floss. This floss, I'm gonna wet this floss. It's not like laying nicely. It's really untwisted. Weird. Let me wet it and see if that makes it play nicer. I want to do Gamer Nouveau. Let's just be honest. I want to do pretty much all my new projects that I have planned for this year in Fairy Floss. That's the plan, is that I will start working towards, I didn't even, I'm just stitching, not even paying attention. All right, let's do this again here. What the heck? That's what I get for talking. Oh, shoot. That sounded like it ripped. It didn't, but so 1 1 1 1 2. Oh man, I need to actually look at my pattern maybe. So yeah, I have 4 patterns that I have planned to start for this year. I've had them planned all since last year. This is my 60th birth year, and so I loosely had plans for, well, not loosely. I've planned on doing Crimson Feather. I've been planning that since last year. And what that again? And then Gamer Nouveau came up, and then I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then when I finished the Haid style last year, I got Winter Cookie Party, which I really like. And I want to start that. And then also Kitschy Kitchen. But then more stuff comes up, but those are the 4 that I'm like absolutely want to start this year with Fairy Floss. So that's the plan. And I think that those 2 patterns, Winter Cookie Party and Kitschy Kitchen, they're older patterns, so they feel less, they're a little clearer. I have the max color on both, and they're very clear. So it's not the same feeling as some of the newer stuff where there's a lot of confetti, a lot more confetti, a lot more, kind of ambiguous looking things. So I'm quite pleased with those. So we'll see. I mean, that's the plan, but I don't want to start those until later in the year. And it's kind of interesting to me because I started thinking about those around the new year, and my thoughts on them haven't changed, which is good. I mean, that means that I definitely want to work on them. So that's good. Let's see. I do like stitching masterpieces right now, so I have to do a whole bunch of hole punching. Oh, you mean her way of doing it? Yeah. Nikki says, I did mine like that too, but I'm using it up so I don't have to. It gets tangled up with the CXC when you pull the threads up. I love the floss file drops I have. Oh, okay. I found that when I was working out of my file cabinet, it's funky, that it was hurting my back, unfortunately, because I had to twist to get to it and bend over my chair. And so my back was not having it. This thread is really acting strangely. That's weird. So, because I really did like that idea. I have it there that way. But then I ended up going to the floss drops instead, which I still like. This was a really light color. But see, if I had done that black first and then I did this light color, it would have gotten all muddy. Let me do that. Okay. Like, keep track where I'm at. Malin says, oh, I see what you're talking about now. It's hard to keep them going through the file folder. Wait, is it hard to keep going through the file folder to fix your floss? I only use mine for storage now, and that works pretty well. So I keep the pre-cuts. I pre-cut it and put it on there, and then when I need to top up, I can just reach in and grab it. Though I did move it recently, so it's under my desk, and it's a little harder to open the. Wait, yeah, that's okay. It's a little harder to open the drawer up. So, but I'm kind of getting used to actually opening the drawer up to make it work. So, I'm gonna do this right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna end this, or when I finish this thread. Yeah, when I finish this thread, I'll end the stream. We're all good anyway, right?
Fillet in the finished racing.
Yeah, Alex, I think, is just going to have hot dogs and buns. And I don't know what I'll eat.
Power armor suits of premiums and...
And now it's playing nicer. It's being a little... So then I'll spin the wheel. I'll spin both wheels, and then you guys can decide. Let's see. I might just undo it all to put back in the file floss drops. No, it's not hard at all. I just pick it up and get the thread. I like my needle board for leftovers. Yeah, see, I didn't have my needle board back then. No, it was hard getting the floss out with the tangling with Stitching Masterpieces, and I switched them all to 2 pieces of thread. Oh, Malin, she has a new setup. I thought you were talking about the old one, which I had. Okay.
Team blue. Team red.
You're mean, Christina. I want some. Christina says, I'm going to have Korean beef bites with dipping sauce and rice. Oh, yum. Malin says, I'm still figuring out the system where I don't have things hanging, but also my cats can't put their butts on. Still brainstorming.
It's a photo of Racing.
Yes, Nick, you have the old one. The new one looks pretty good. I will say that when she has the two hole punch, you know, where she has her threads through the 2 holes, that does work better. But yeah, I think her system works better for a kit, not a master set. But her pieces are like huge, you know, they're like max color, a lot of them. So I don't know. I was looking at that binder one, which was kind of intriguing. I actually marked a page protector to try it, and then thought, oh, I have to get my machine out. My machine was making noise last time I used it, so I guess my thing is I don't want to. My machine is like my baby, my sewing machine, and I'm afraid something's wrong with it. I think, and so I'm not trying it because I'm like afraid something's wrong with it. It's silly, but also my back really doesn't like sitting in a upright chair. So yeah, I still have to figure that out one of these days. And pretty soon I'll have to move it anyway because it's will be in the way of the air conditioner. Though it might be okay where it's at now. We'll see. Let's see. This yellow was just really funky. It doesn't want to lay very nicely. It's kind of weird. Okay, did that. I'm gonna go up here, and yeah, I probably could finish this part, hopefully, close to it anyway. But I think next time I work on this, I might do a little bit of the top gray border, just so that it's not left till the end. It's sort of like backstitching. You don't want to leave backstitching to the end. Let's see. There we go. If it's good, I'll send you the recipe. I'm testing it out today. Hopefully it's actually good. Oh, it sounds good though. Yeah. Yeah, I think I tried Stitching Masterpiece's old method. It's just a lot of, I don't know, it's a lot of preparing of stuff. And I didn't have a printer, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. But I do like my floss drops though. They work pretty well. Sometimes they look a little messy, but it keeps them pretty neat. I don't put like a full skein on there, so they're not, see, it's not lined up. So they don't get too bad. And I can store the little parts on it if I'm not, if I don't have a board, which I have a board now, so it's a little easier. But yeah. Oh, it's gonna be thread chicken. Gonna play the thread chicken game. Yeah, I'll probably make it. I know, let's see, I think it was Sarah who posted a link showing how people with, that are playing thread chicken, how to do it. It was somebody with a printed kit. I do the same thing, but often I will just take out my my needle threader and do it. I wonder how many stitches I've done. 1, 2, okay, there's another 2, another 3 stitches. Do you think I can make it? I can't. Oh, and I stick it in the wrong hole. Seriously. Oh. Sorry. I need knew that cough was going to get me. Yeah, this yellow floss was just really odd. I know I've used it before. It's on the other side. And then I'll take a picture of this later and post it, the whole thing, so you can see how it looks. So it does look pretty good. All right, I'm going to weave that in the back. So I just smacked the edge of the... It's a little bit harder. I do stitch a bit tight. There's just a little bit of ends back here. I just pulled that one out. It's a little bit hard with the ballpoint needle. I was too lazy to change needles. That's my own fault. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Make sure I hit that. This one, this one's, I just pulled that out, so I'm gonna stick it back to the front. So this is what I do. I use the needle threader. I'm looking at it at a weird angle though. It's all curly. There we go. And then I'll trim this one off. Okay. So, that looks like a hot mess. Anyway, okay. Whoop, I'm sliding around. Okay. So, ooh. Yeah, that yellow floss was weird. It's like, weird. Okay, so I did that. Okay. So let's see how many stitches I did. I did 358. Nice. And 2 stitches a minute. It took me 46 minutes to do 100 stitches. That's pretty good. Oh yeah. Here's one. Here's a marathon. It says it took 2 hours and 30 minutes to do it. Because I fell asleep while I was stitching. Yeah. So yeah. So that's actually really good. That's under 100 an hour. So I'm happy with that. But you know, it's block stitching. There's a little bit of that really looks funky, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me. Okay, it's probably just me. I'm looking at it through the magnifier. Nah, it looks funky. Okay, so yeah, so I did 358 stitches. That's not bad. So okay, so let me see. Okay, so I'll spin the whole wheel of everything, and we can decide.
Big rewards, ads.
Tracy says, I have accomplished 137 ninja stitches during the stream. When we are done here, I'm going to spring clean a room of the apartment. The dust is getting excessive. Yeah, ooh. Ugh. My house is a mess. Okay, let me fix some stuff because I have... This is my wheel of everything, but I also need to remove... I might have already removed it. Okay, yeah, I did. All right, here we go. There's a couple of them I'm like dreading. Oh, come on, push the button. Okay, this is everything.
Shadow is marine because it's hammered. Oh look, it's race cars.
Decisions. Okay, well that's the little bunny. Should I spin it one more time and decide between the two? for tonight. Anyway, I'll spin the other wheel while we decide. Let's see if I can actually hit the button here. And the other one is for tomorrow. Okay, so what's... Oh, wait, I got to put 𝐒𝐿IPS back on there. Oh, the history. I hit the wrong button. 𝐒𝐿IPS is going back on there. There. So we have Mosaic, Spirited Away, Golden Gate Bridge, Catnap, and 𝐒𝐿IPS. That's pretty good. Catnap. Okay. And for the second choice is Golden Gate Bridge. Okay. So either for tomorrow, Catnip or Golden Gate Bridge. So that is that. So there's not much left on there. Okay, so, whoa, okay. Ignore that. Okay, come on, close. Close, close, close. Ugh, no annoying ads. You're annoying. Okay.
Hey, Mommy, I'm just going to create the cars.
Okay, yeah, you do that, baby. Okay, so I guess decisions for tomorrow or tonight, Sweet Tooth. That'd be fun. That's relaxed. I'm good with that. So I'm thinking like around 9 o'clock my time. So it's 7:11 now. So in 2 hours-ish, I will try to do a live stream schedule. Since I already have that pattern in there, I can just set up the schedule right away. So if you guys are interested, and I'll put a poll in for tomorrow. And don't forget Christina's poll. If you haven't voted for it, those are really good patterns, Christina. It was a hard one to decide on. So anyway, I will let you all go, and I'll set the poll up and go make dinner, and see you all back tonight if you want. 2 hours-ish. So have a good 2 hours. And I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.